fix that though.
Yeah, I have to restart the client.
Yeah, I figured that
It's a
was
classic. It's not too
really,
bad.
Yeah, who cares, honestly? It
I
would
was
actually be
watching.
kind of cool to watch in player perspective, but it's not helpful for an analyst. I think it's probably the worst
No,
thing.
no. I did. I was watching Winter play some Crystal Maiden. He was doing quite well. He's playing against Jabs on the Invoker mid lane, who of course has been
Winter's
looking
got
pretty
that.
good lately.
Winter's he's still an amazing Dota 2 player.
Oh yeah, he's got it going.
Yeah, he really does. I've had the chance of watching him play at the BTS house from time to time and stuff like that. Honestly, just him and like Ben and all those like it's people that you think, okay, well they haven't played Dota in a while professionally, competitively, and then they just destroy and dominate both in pubs and in like small little in-house league type things. So, well,
I believe in you, Mineski X. The winter comeback will surely arrive
someday soon. Coming
yeah.
I mean, after his marriage, I'm sure he will now be part of the pro scene again.
That's right.
Remaining.
Tell for those of you in Dota TV, well, I guess they'll have to restart because I've restarted my client now, so I can see the draft again, so we can actually talk about said game. We have a Weaver, Center Warrunner. I'm gonna guess, yeah. First pick was Geek Fam, so that makes sense. They got the Lone Druid, and then Clutch Gamers. We talk about this all the time, so at this point, you guys should get it. But Weaver, super good against Lone Druid. Center Warrunner, also considered pretty good against Lone Druid, and also very strong with Lone Druid. So they take two staple picks up against Lone Druid. I would consider this an extremely strong opener against Lone Druid. I think that's great. And then Geek Fam are going to opt into the Venge. We've also seen plenty of stock put into throughout mr.cat.
So for those of you that weren't here the past couple of days as the playoffs have started, let me take you through what's gone on between these two teams, where they kind of came from in the first round. Geek Fam played up against the new MVP Hot 6 squad. That Hot 6 squad didn't do so hot for themselves. They got 2-0'd pretty easily by Geek Fam. And one of the big reasons why is this new Standard Death Sama, who plays the off lane, I believe, for Geek Fam currently, did an excellent job in the games that he played. And then on the other side, Clutch Gamers, they had a very difficult 3-game series yesterday against Warriors Gaming Unity, which I would highly recommend that entire VOD, like the 3 VODs of that series. If you want to watch some good Dota, I would watch that, especially someone that plays Fly Solo Made in Game 1 as your Elder Titan, and then just in general, Game 3 was also pretty solid as well. So I think I covered all the bases here, Trent, so we can start talking about this game now, I guess, again.
Oh man, I kind of forgot about that Elder Titan though from Fly Solo. That was very well played. That was a pretty fun game to watch. You can see they're banning out some of his other heroes too.
That was a tough game for them. That was a very tough start in game number 1. But
also, can we just say shout out to Crystal Maiden, first banned, by the way.
You feel so good about this, I bet.
Dude, this hero, she's so good. But yeah, CG loved to open with it. Basically always guaranteed. Boombox has played very well on it in plenty of matches. I love how he just always throws out the freezing fields. Like, he just hits that thing, man. You know, that guy's at like 100 HP after he casts both his spells. He just immediately knocks that thing off. Solo kill, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, he's always in a good position for the freezing fields. Like, he played it really well. He played it 3 games in a row. That's crazy to me that he played CM 3 games in a row. Normally, I'd feel like that's not that fun or enjoyable, but the way he was playing it, regardless of how his jungle went, like you mentioned, he did a pretty damn good job hitting his spells. So CM is banned out first by Geek Fam, which makes sense.
Very handy for all your other lanes too, of course. And so we'll actually see him on something else. It should be pretty exciting. I think.
Perhaps.
Let me see. For his mr.cat games, he played 1 game on Dazzle, and looks like a game on Shadow Demon. But other than that, lately he's played like 5 Crystal Maiden games or something. 5 in a row. That's pretty
crazy.
funny.
That is
nice. But at least for mr.cat, looks in some other tournaments he's been playing some other heroes. He's got a pool, it seems. He just chooses not to show it. You know, keeping it close to the vest there, I guess.
This was a common theme yesterday, but why fix was it what isn't broke essentially for Clutch Gamers, and they do just. I mean, this time. It is the first ban from Geek Fam, which is very interesting, but they will pick up Legion Commander for themselves as their 3rd pick, and there's that Fly Solo Clutch Gamers Elder Titan getting picked up here.
Give it to us.
4th overall pick, yeah.
I like it. Did they win that game? I feel like they lost that game, right? Yeah, they lost that game. But
despite his best efforts, they lost that game.
Yeah, but it was that was the crazy high ground defense kind of a deal, though. Yeah. And kind of the same idea here, maybe trying to hold those towers as long as possible against the Lone Druid. The potential for like a Luna draft is also still here for Geek Fam if they wanted to really try and push the envelope a little bit here. I do like the LC though. In terms of offlaners, both left in the pool with Centaur Warrunner, I guess, being gone. And then, you know, Slardar, he kind of Yeah, he's a better support these days, so he just gets banned out earlier. But actual control for a Weaver, no one wants Faceless Void because his cooldowns are too long. And honestly, Duel's like one of the better things that's actually left. So they will have that to try and work with here.
Yeah, so because there is a Legion now, I mean, what do you pick up as a Weaver? Do you go for the Lincoln Sphere?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
for
I would
sure.
imagine you do against Avenge with Swap and Magic Missile. I think that's probably one of the best items you could pick up. We'll see how it goes. I agree that dueling this Weaver is going to be huge. Now they have another way to disable him with that Golem. But again, it's that long CD, so Clutch Gamers will have to utilize that Golem CD, the chaotic offering CD, as best as they possibly can. Warlock and Geek Fam will have to do the same and try to fight as well as they can with it. But Shadow Word, Fatal Bond, some good sustain, some good damage coming out from Geek Fam.
Yeah, we'll get an Ember Ban here. So we mentioned like the potential of going to these like Luna strats or something, but in that case, you're running your LD mid or something along those lines. And for the most part, of course, we still see Lone Druid in the safe lane, unless there's a terrible matchup or something for your mid laner. You need to send him there. So Wise Ban there on the Ember Sphere. We'll take out the Tinker now. We still have the dreaded OD left in the pool to at least be considered here when Geek Fam pick their mid hero. One of the benefits of Lone Druid though is that if they pick OD, you can just send the Lone Druid mid and have a relatively decent time versus any other hero who you have.
We'll wait and see if Geek Fam are going to... Well, it really comes down to... I mean, there's going to be some interesting picks. I'm very curious to see who goes where for
it's
Geek
like...
Fam.
I mean, what's left? We have TA is still possible. I don't think she fits necessarily their pacing. And then the Invokers with the Sunstrikes and whatnot is probably the biggest one to look at right now.
I feel like against Stampede, TA might not be... And against Yakuchi Weaver too, TA might not be the best idea. I mean, I guess that's really the only reason I could think of. But
it kind of depends on what kind of a timing you can find, I think, because if you're thinking like Central Warrunner loves to have Hood blink, but if he has to rush this blink, if you have this like TA hero that can come online really fast and use your minus armor and you just push the envelope and rush and fight as 4, that option is there. But again, Clutch Gamers have the last pick. They don't have the final here from Geek Fam. There's plenty of those big TA counters you can just throw mid, so it's highly unlikely. It's just something they played a bit lately, and it'll just be the Invoker. Mr. Boring.
Trent, I gotta say, out of a lot of pros that I cast without, a lot of people I cast with, you are consistently one of the best people at predicting drafts by a long, like a very big margin.
It helps when you watch all their games.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's. Yes, I'm trying to give you a compliment.
No, I have to brush it aside and be slightly rude to you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta be professional. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry. Thank you, sir. How's that? Is that better? Yeah.
Shadow Fiend pick for Clutch Gamers, which I think they played against it. Warriors Gaming picked it up a few times yesterday, at least once.
They did,
and then last game.
Remember, they had it in the winning game for
yes.
CG. That was pretty hype.
The Bat Rider, Lone Druid, Shadow Fiend game. That was very interesting. I gotta say, I'm excited for this. We're kind of this feels like the new SEA meta kind of thing. You know, at least like Shadow Fiend, Invoker mid, pretty common. I guess it's pretty common everywhere. But it feels like we're kind of settling into what's really good right now, what's popular in every lane. I feel like there's a lot of options, but for support. But I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting game. I don't know whose draft I like better, to be honest with you. It's kind of wide open. I think if Clutch Gamers play the way they did yesterday, especially with Fly Solo's Elder Titan, I think they have a very good shot at winning this game.
I liked the axe setup for the Elder Titan when we were watching them.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the way like call is obviously much more instantaneous than a hoof stomp, so I'm a little worried in that sense. Rappy, I think, is going to have a little bit of a harder time here on the Centaur to try and set those plays up. But as you said, faith in Fly Solo in terms of what he can do. I just don't know if he'll have those same opportunities here. Was it Bing on Weaver that game? I feel like he was. He was, yeah. Because I remember him skirting around quite a bit and like a lot of split push as they were holding those objectives.
Too. Remember Ben in that top lane at Sand King was
crazy. Oh yeah, that was terrifying.
Oh, that Sunstrike. They don't see anybody. The smoke is
nice.
It is known. So immediately TPing to counteract this this ward being placed down by Fly Solo. If he can get one, he'll drop the sentry ASAP. That did not take long for I mean, it didn't really turn into anything, not yet anyway, but it did escalate pretty quickly here, so we'll see how this looks like. The ward will be placed down. Crimson's going to come too late. He's got a sentry of his own, but Fly Solo, mission accomplished. He got the vision.
All right, well, good start for them then. And I don't think we're getting anything weird with our lanes here. Everything looks pretty normal. Looks like they're worried about an incursion mid, or rather bottom, with like some sort of a smoke play coming through. They're not even going to try and contest the rune.
They're just spamming Sunstrikes. Did he shrine for that too? He used his shrine just to get his mana back from the Sunstrike. Which makes sense. I mean, I thought he would just do it in the well, but I guess he wants to be outside the base. But, just try to get some vision over there towards...
Look at Sionix just like creeping, dude. He's like, I mean, I know they smoked, and it's probably dissipated by now, so he's like going all these nooks and crannies, looking with the bear. Am I just going to get this rune for free? Yep. All right.
Yeah, he... Understandably, he wants to be careful. Feeding away, oh my god. The first game where Warriors Gaming took the 12 Necromastery stacks from Armel and the Ember Spirit. Now he's got the Shadow Fiend yet again. Let's see how he feels as this game progresses. Teehee will go for the Exhort first, as we already talked about the Sunstrike. So Armel versus the Exhort Invoker should be okay, at least early on for the Invoker, but once those Necromastery stacks start to get up there, Armel should have a better time. And Flysilla will also come in to help out pretty early on here as well. And we situate ourselves in a dual lane top and a dual lane bottom as well for Geek Fan.
Well, we're going to have ourselves a game with no Earth Spirit. I guess it's kind of becoming a trend at this point. At first, he was like being ignored in the first ban, so he would slip through because everyone else was just considered a little bit stronger. But people would rather play against Lone Druid at this point than the old Earth Spirit. So here we are. It does mean that these Sunstrikes, they don't have the best setup. Early on, the Venge can be a little bit hard to work with. You know, if you pick the right direction out of the stun, you might get away from the Sunstrike. But as that levels up, despite it being a very small increment of 0.2 every time, it does eventually get harder and harder. And the Sunstrike actually laps up pretty well. Other than that, it's like Root, and then of course the big one will be the duels. Deathsama.
They want to get involved with duel as much as possible, but they won't be getting too much experience with Deathsama, not yet anyway, unless Crimson rotates elsewhere. Bottom lane, there's going to be a stun from a match missile from Raji onto Hana. They obviously don't have Entanglement Claws. It's very early on in this game, so the Lone Druid won't be leveled up. But they're already putting a lot of pressure onto Hana, who had an excellent series yesterday playing the Axe, among other things. I think he also played Centaur in that series. Somebody to look forward to, Rafi, if you will.
Bing, he's kind of handed another one of these lanes, man. You know, that pressure that was there from Ben before, from WG. It's here again with an LC. Very sustainable laner. Got out some spells. I guess bottom lane doesn't look too fun, though, for Geek Fam either.
Yeah. They had a nice lane for a moment there, and then Flysilla said, listen, Armel, you're on your own, buddy. You got some last hits. He has Alacrity, level 2, Exhort, level 1 Wex. Armel taking some decent damage here. We'll have to salve up Boot Spot as well. Top lane, you're right. Abbing this is not an easy lane for the Weaver yet again. It just feels like they're like, listen, man, we got to put pressure elsewhere. We don't want Psionics to free farm here. So that's where they're really applying the most pressure. Now, Flysilla will back up. Looks like a Bing might get caught. Deathsama has no way of really locking him down. And he'll just scurry his way out of there with Shikuchi. Go back to mid.
Well, now the salve is forced out here from Teehee. Get some boots in here for Armel, and we're all kind of just even Stevens here in the mid lane now. This is where we might see a kill come out of one person, because they're really trading these harasses lately, and one guy getting a little bit riskier than the other. I'm expecting us to miss a first blood here.
Yeah. I've not had the
I'm
best
like fully ready for it, you know?
As an observer, I've not had the best camera work so far in this tournament. Hopefully they make my life a little bit easier. I'm trying to keep tabs, see what's going to be happening here, but Invoker just trading hits like you talked about. Alacrity versus the raises of the SF and his auto attacks as well. It's a lot of poking and prodding here early on, Trent. There's not too much happening other than some spells being traded, especially in this top lane where, again, a Bing. Got 12 last hits, but the LC won ahead with 13.
It's a good start for her. She's put her well on her way with those first items, maybe even the armlet first, which has been pretty common in Southeast Asia. But I think without like an Earth Spirit or something, you need some form of initiation in order to really opt for the armlet first, I would say. Unless you're just going to like golem ulti. I suppose you actually could. It wouldn't be that bad, but should be like a pretty early blink for her, one would guess.
He gets out from a raise, top lane now. Boombox is in trouble, he's getting chased down, but the Swarm will dissuade any further action coming in.
Yeah, there's two chains though.
The Swarm's just gonna kill him. I'll count that as a COD. Boombox going down, but so too will Crimson, and now Abbing trying to chase down Deathsama. He's pretty tanky with PMS, and they won't be able to turn on him. So it's 1-for-1, but the First blood does go the way of Geek Fan.
Yeah, nicely done. Chains, strong spell, very obnoxious.
Magic Missile, Wave of Terrahana, Stomp onto the bear. No Entangling Claws still, but he has the Orb of Venom. They won't chase any further. And starting to get some more room as this Bone Druid up to 19 CS, but interesting stuff. That's pretty nice.
Just what the doctor ordered.
How's this mid lane going?
Well, Armel just got his bottle here. He got a ward delivered. It's pretty important, and yeah, right neck and neck in terms of last hits denies.
Do you think this is going to start going the SF's way more as the lane progresses further? Or can the Invoker keep pace with more levels in Exhort and Alacrity?
Yeah, generally it's as every lane against Invoker moves on, it just eventually becomes just more and more Invoker favored. Just more, stronger spells, scales quite a bit faster than your opponents in a lot of ways. And you're just generally obnoxious, especially when you're trading like equal farm. This is a great rotation from Boombox though.
Old Snap will come out, the Sunstrike not going to be there in time, very close. Raindrop will go, Res 1 will go, Raise 2 will hit as well. 2 more auto attacks, but the Maledict might kill him regardless. He'll go Quas and try to regen himself, and he will do so. One more tick, the Maledict will bring him down. Boombox, great rotation, very close to surviving there for the Invoker, but he's not going to be so lucky. That's a big kill for Clutch Gamers.
Yeah, well done. Doesn't need Crystal Maiden, he can still do stuff. Piece of cake.
But he's not jungling, unfortunately, and he's not getting Arcane Aura. Still pretty good, though.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Some aggressive play. Fly solo again, contested bottom. Psionics, 26 last hits. Trying to pull the right back. Now they're going to chase after on a Magic Missile. Sunstrike combination, it's there. See you later. Disintegrated. And that's going to be T getting a kill as he returns to life.
Alright, nicely done. 6 minutes in, 2-2. And what do we got here? Just an illusion rune down on the bottom. Blast Soul, looking to scout that out here.
There's just a lot of farming happening, some aggressive plays. The rotation again on Teehee. Might not be expecting this. Fly Solo getting ready with Stomp. Level 2 Stomp, level 1 Astral Spirit. Raise coming out from Armel, just trying to farm and push the wave in. They have a lot of heroes around this mid lane. Teehee sitting underneath the tower. Scan will come through, it's the Dire. Here comes Fly Solo. Astral Stomp, not going to be there in time. He just makes it away. Boombox diving the tower. Armel will take some tower hits. Now he might lose his illusions in such a way. Now top lane. Abing getting chased down. No disables. Level 5 for Death Sama. Doesn't have level 6 yet. And now rotating up is going to be Boombox. Abing's going to try to turn this around. Crimson's got Shadow Word. Death Sama has pressed the attack, so they should be fine.
Oh, this is a nice turn.
They're going to go for it here. Cask is going to come through. Bounces beautifully the Maledict. And they've got the kill. Boombox takes a great angle to get that kill. Shikuchi coming up, Fly Solo. No mana for Stomp, but the staple gun should do enough. No, press the attack comes out. They won't dive underneath the tier 1 tower. But Boombox with a great rotation, realizing he can't get anything done mid. Instead, he'll rotate and find a kill top lane.
And that just kind of inches a Bing closer and closer here. You can pick up his ring soon. And probably going to be that Helm build we've seen quite a few times for our Weavers lately.
When he gets that helm, it's going to be pretty nice. They're going to try to dive again onto Death Sama. He has the press the attack ready to go. Astral will come out. They have the Stomp Cask. Should combo up nicely. Maledict will go. Stampede coming up. Press the attack is there. They really want this kill, and they're getting close to it. A Bing doesn't have time lapse. Needs to be careful. It's going to be the overwhelming odds that does it. And Death Sama going down. Now the Sunstrike. Beautifully done from Geek Fam. It's 2 down. Great turn from Geek Fam there to get those 2 pickoffs.
Yeah, that's a nice recovery right there. I mean, kind of sucks your Legion goes down. At least she got, it seems, a little bit of the experience. Not quite into 6, but hey, I mean, your Warlock's level 6. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Not exactly the easiest thing to achieve on your Warlocks in that early game. And it'll be him leaving the lane to make sure the space is given to the LC, as Death Sama will now have that dual op and available here as the wave dies. So, Treads building in towards the Blink Dagger. That's going to be their go call. And we head over to the other side of the map, and Rappy, definitely further ahead in terms of the levels, but a little bit behind in terms of gold. He has the Iron Talon, he's got Tranquil Boots, and he does have 1,000 gold towards his Blink, though.
That Blink is very important in this game for them. He's doing his best to dissuade this push down bottom, but with all of that space given, while action was happening top lane, they do put at least half the HP on the tower damage. Then get a Shikuchi away. The duel is up, and if they get it off, it's a Sunstrike and probably kill. Abing's not very tanky yet. But now we will see Smoke of the Seat gank. Fly Solo and Boombox. They're going to wrap around. It might be a 3 against 3 engagement as Raji and Crimson have rotated in. And they have the Golem as well. Stampede should be back up very soon. In a second. This is a dangerous play if Clutch Gamers decide to go for it. Psionic still pushing the tower. Wrap around. They might get the courier out of this. They have the ward. They're not going to go for it. They want something juicier. Instead, they are wrapping all the way around. TP coming in. Stampede's ready. It's going to be Aubing. The tower will go down. Stop coming.
Oh, that's not good.
It's going to hit just narrowly on Psionic. Looks like he will fall. Stampede. Golem getting canceled. They have to give this LD away. And now Crimson, they'll make it out with the TP. They lose the tier 1 tower, but they do pick up a big kill in that safe lane farmer.
Wow, that was pretty scary, honestly. That's a difficult rotation to make, coming in there in like a little group like that. But the cask, they got the bounces between the bear and the lone druid. So there you go, Witch Doctor. I mean, we've seen this picked up a couple times against lone druid, and sometimes you just get into that situation. He just gets chain locked down. Warlock deciding that even if he dropped it, wouldn't have been a saving play there. SF couldn't have rotated in time, I guess, under their assumption. Was low on mana anyway, so
and
very well done.
I thought they might have just gone for the courier, but getting that pickup with Psionics is much more valuable to them, I think, at this point in the game. And now they're gonna head into the jungle and just start invading here, but they don't use the smoke to do so. They're just running in. While that was happening, Deathsama did TP down bottom. He pushed out the wave, making sure he's using his overwhelming odds. He's getting closer and closer to his blink. But also, Hana has his here in a moment.
Yeah, clear out this camp, and that'll be it. So what are we going to see from them? They're going to smoke up, blink, stomp. We still need like Shadow Blade from Armel. Actually, he's a haste rune, so they could go for like a big play using this haste rune with the blink dagger. I think would be a nice idea.
They need something to get going here, and they making space for Robbing as well, because he's a little bit behind. He's actually 1,000 gold behind his offlane Centaur, but they'll try to make some space for him. They're going to rotate down into the enemy jungle. Crimson and Raji, they have Golem still. All of these abilities up and ready to go. Psionics in the jungle farming.
There is no swap yet.
Yeah, that's
could be important here with a blink.
Teehee, jump, stomp, Earth Splitter's coming out. See you later. He's just done. And now they're going to friend Raji as well, potentially. Yep, Stampede slows him down. Maledic will come out and we'll kill him if Armel gets it first. So that's going to be 2 dead for Geek Fam and a great engagement for Clutch Gamers as they now take the tower as well.
Great teamwork right there. I mean, they looked at the resources they had. We have this haste rune, we have this fresh blink dagger. They only have level 5 on the Venge. We can just do this as simple as possible.
Here comes the blink duel. The Golem on top as well. Armel, magic missiles down. Boombox and Hana both at half HP, but the Cask will save them for now as the retreat is successful for those 2 heroes. But that was the blink reveal for Deathsama. Used the smoke to get it done as well. The Golem, great timing there. Good team fight from Geek Fam.
Yeah, I think that's actually like a complete recovery. Even though you lost the double between Invoker and the Venge, I think getting your quick blink on the enemy mid, dual win. Now you have this Alacrity, the Legion Commander, and possibly some unlucky bounces here. Oh, now we got him going there.
Yeah, that's the last one now. He's like, you kidding? It wasn't gonna matter. They weren't gonna.
No, it doesn't matter at all.
Or anything. But while this was all happening, Aubing is still farming in the top lane. He's trying to recover as best as possible, and he's caught up at least a little bit. But Geek Fam now, the Golem is down, so with about 2 minutes, they won't have that big team fight potential. They will have the Legion coming in. There is a ward up here. This will scout out Deathsama as well as Tiki rotating the top lane. So Aubing will back up and play safely now. So do you try to punish this if you're Clutch Gamers with the Golem being down? Do you wait for potentially another item or another ability to come out?
Well, they need that Shadow Blade, I think. Like, without the haste rune, they have some troubles for Armel. Yeah. Then could be a good time for them. 80 more seconds to go. They have the Roche potential for sure as well. Pretty important. Early Helm still not done for a Bing as he's gone. You know, he's got a couple other items. He's got this ring. He went for the full wand. Takes a little while to get it up there, but...
Yeah. Now, he picked up the treads as well. He had the Hedgers for the longest time, but he just straight went into treads, and like you mentioned, all those other items. Deathsama is ready to go, but they need a Sunstrike or something to combo up with this. And there's the Prestige attack going, overwhelming guys. The duel come out, the Sunstrike is there. Stop is up, and it's going to be soaked. Great Sunstrike soak coming up from Hana. That was great counter initiation, and Deathsama should fall here because of this. A bit of a bait for Clutch Gamers Aubing. They're looking for more now as Crimson will try for the TP. The stomp is there, and it'll just be in time as he try to TP home. Hana gets himself a double kill. The double edge bringing him down to about 1 HP. And now bottom lane, also they're going to find another kill. The Venge gets caught with Boombox's cask, and Armel comes in with a couple of raises in the Shadow Blade damage and finds the kill there.
All right, a flurry of successes across the map. Shadow Blade reveal, and then, as you said, that was a pretty sick play by Rappy, too. Just like blinking into that Sunstrike, soaking up half of it. Very nicely done by him. Yeah, for sure. So certainly looked like some sort of a bait play, 'cause he was hanging out in those trees for a pretty damn long time, and a Bing just kind of sitting in place, last sitting, you know, doing his thing. And another excellent choice too to go in for those treads on a Bing. Saved his life there, I would say.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Not the greedy Weaver that we often see, where you just want like Decimal Lincolns, you know.
Oh, he's on his way. Clutch Gamers now have a 2,000 gold advantage. It feels a lot like the earlier Clutch Gamers games yesterday, where they were down 3 to 4K, and all of a sudden they take 1 or 2 fights, and they put themselves back in a very good position. It's like this is the timing for Clutch Gamers trend. It's like this 10 to 15 minute timing, maybe even to the 20-minute mark, where they start playing really, really well as a team. And I feel like Geek Fam kind of weren't ready for some of the plays they made.
And well, now we'll see. Like you try and find a game plan, I guess, for Geek Fam, and a lot of it just comes on getting this super farmed Lone Druid and getting these dual wins and everything. But it's kind of 5-man time, honestly, for CG. Like they can have this SF roaming around a little bit by himself, but there's nothing too wrong with just like grouping up whenever they're gonna go anywhere somewhat dangerous for the side of CG. I mean, even just like at these Ancients right now, just kind of just hanging out, you know. You look at their vision, they see this Lone Druid, great ward here, spotting him farming. Another great ward down bottom too, spotting if there's any other rotations. But with the two of them spotted in those locations, they know there's probably not too much aggression coming their way. And it's actually a self-jungle clearing smoke here from Geek Fam that's going to find absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a waste of time. Luckily, they still have the Lone Druid farming. It's not the worst thing in the world. Right. Clutch Gamers are also getting really farmed. But the Shadow Fiend again, Armel is having a great game. His Dragonlance is done now. He just purchased it up. And they're going to start playing together as well. They will go for a smoke of their own. Getting a kill early on in an engagement against this Warlock would be prime, but also any other big core kill would be huge as well. For example, Psionics. Instead, they'll walk right into the bear. They'll auto-attack it with Boombox. He thought about casking. Now they're clearly know the positioning here.
I mean, like, look who's farming down here. It's Raji. I mean, this is not exactly ideal for the situation. They must think there's, like, potential pressure down there or something.
Crimson needs to be careful. Hana's smoke breaks, but he blinks right in, and he's going to find a CC kill on the Warlock. And without him, no gold for 45 seconds. Guess what? This tower's probably dead. The Glyph will go, but I don't think there's any real way they can defend this, even without a creep wave. It's not in deny range yet. And obviously, right into Gucci's auto attack. Dead tower. Easy. And Deroche, I think.
Yeah, a little pause here. So, they do have everything up and available. It's still going to be a slightly risky Roach. They do know that it's happening as this ward will be expiring. The bugs go in. But they're far enough away that it seems highly unlikely they can fight this.
Psionics having maybe some disagreement about this pause. Not really sure what's going on. Oh, screen problem. Okay. All right, Trent. I mean, this is, again, Clutch Gamers have turned it around. They were only down about 2K net worth at the beginning of the game at about 10 minutes in. But this has been their time. They've got some big kills. They're going to take Roche. We'll see if any contention comes out from Geek Fam. It's not falling as quickly as they maybe would like it to. But Hana is going to be the first line of defense here on the high ground. And Desama was looking. They're going to back out Armel, Shadow Blades up, Abig Shikuchi to the high ground. They thought about going. Hana has a stampede. The Astral will come out, getting them some vision. Armel chasing him down as well. On the other side, Psionics up towards the shrine. They really want this Roche. Casper come in, stomp. They want the bear. They'll find it. Now dead. He's going to resummon it instantly. Roche below
it's so
half
hard
HP.
to initiate with the Spirit.
They're having a tough time.
It's like constantly scouted.
Alright, they vacate them from Roshan. So, mission sort of accomplished. They lost the bear in doing so, but they got him out of the pit. You're right.
Yeah. It is tough to try and, like, you don't want to give anything away right now from CG. I think they can feel that they're in control at the moment. And just why open yourself up to a big Warlock ulti like that. Now, Fly Solo shows bottom, though, so this could be a moment now for the Radiant to say, okay, what are we going to do? Like, is this our big moment? Are we going to go in? Are we going to try and smoke up and go in their jungle?
Do they have one?
I don't know. Rappy is definitely ready for it. Like, this is his positioning for a reason.
Yeah, well, any chance they had once they saw Fly Solo bottom is kind of gone. He's rotated back mid now. I think they really wanted this Aghanim Scepter for the Invoker, and it just came out. Potentially an item they really needed in this fight. They might be okay with just farming for now and just pressuring them so that they get out of Roshan. They might head back in. Roshan has recovered a bit. He's back to about half HP.
See a dire scan was up in this area as well. I think there might have been some sort of a smoke play up and around to the backside. So it's Geek Fam right now that are really kind of applying the pressure. CG just hold up for a while. They're farming some a little bit, but certainly some worry. And then this ward here will spot the Weaver, so they'll see it bings back to the bottom lane.
Yeah, some patient play coming out from Clutch Gamers. This is going to be probably the classic tier 1 trade for Roshan, potentially. Actually, they're making their move already over to Roshan as we speak. A Bang is not there, as you mentioned. His TP is on cooldown, or actually he's ready to go. He is ready to TP the shrine.
Oh, that is scary.
Odds, the bash now up onto Fly Solo. The bear coming through as well. That's someone thought about going in with that press the attack into duel. But for now, it's going to be Abing rotating back in with a TP scroll. They're in the pit. Bear will take a swing here too. And I think they might just have to take this away.
Fly Solo is the one who can make the biggest counterplay here. If he can just like completely disengage if there's any trouble by having the spirit there. Guys,
stomp onto Raji.
Aegis, hello?
They finally pick up Armel. It took them a second here, and that means that they won't be able to continue the chase, at least not yet. Magic Missile coming out, Raji. Here we go. This could be a big fight. They have to be careful. Geek Fam are trying to decide what they want to do here. Earth Splitter whiffs. They have Golem ready. They don't want to drop it for no good reason. Crimson getting body blocked by Death Sama. Here comes the Astral Spirit coming out as well. Tornado should save the turn moment. Task, though. Stomp will hit onto Death Sama, and they might have to give away the Celti. Death Ward, Requiem, dead hero. In fact, it's going to be 2 as Abing takes down Raji. So that's about as... I mean, it's not a 5-man web, but Clutch Gamers both get the Aegis as well as 2 other heroes on top of it.
Alright, well, CG maintained their control, but there has been some pretty big changes in the past 4 or 5 minutes or so as we posture around this Roche pit. I mean, you saw the lead that SF had is just diminishing rather quickly, and he takes out an Ancient Stack and opens it back up to about 600, but this Invoker was well behind, and that whole time they were just like chilling on these high grounds and stuff, and wisely so. On the side of CG, Teehee has caught up quite a bit. He's got that Aghanim, so he can have bots soon. He could work in towards an Aghanim, or rather a Blink Dagger if he wants. Try and keep his own split push up and going, and you know, overall the pickoff potential isn't too crazy from CG. Yes, they have the damage of an SF, but they don't have someone like this Legion Commander. You know, the Centaur Warrior needs a lot of help. There's no Sunstrike to help him out, so yeah, there's definitely some potential rat play here between an Invoker and a Lone Druid.
That's gonna be what they need to do, especially when this Golem is down. They haven't used it in a while, by the way. I think they've used Golem once this game to secure a team fight mid, but that's about it. And I don't know if they want to continue to fight now that the Aegis is up. On the other side, Clutch Gamers will purchase smoke for themselves on the Elder Titan. We're gonna do some here, Silver Edge, yeah, maybe. All right, we'll see if they fight. They're gonna just push bottom for now. Also, I think the Yule Scepter's now out for Fly Solo. That was a big tool for him to do a lot of the work he did in the game 1 of yesterday.
Yeah, it was. He played very well with it.
Like any Elder Titan, excuse me. You need that Yule Scepter to truly hit the peak of the hero at this point in the game. They will start pushing bottom now. Try to apply this pressure with the Aegis. Charmel still has. He just picked up the Silver Edge. Looks like Geek Fam are not going to be positioned yet to defend this. So it's more than likely just going to go down.
Yeah, not much they can do against this Aegis SF, and we'll have to see what they decide next. Looks like they want to chase Dire Vision. They don't know too much what's going on. They see Invoker up top. They see the Legion now blinking in here. Probably, I think they're heading for this camp, but she'll actually... Alright, now they see both of them.
This ward is pretty freaking good.
Ooh, Rappy.
He's ready to go with the Stomp. There it is. Astral Stomp will come out as well. And Death Summon's going to get her Earth Splitter and probably Death Ward, not even needed. I get it, Boombox. You want to secure a kill. I understand. My
Dude, you got to get those assists.
You want to get involved. Give me that goal.
Got to get it on that goal right there. Oh, he actually didn't get in. The Death Ward didn't even hit.
I hit him once. Poor Boombox.
That's rough.
While this was all happening, they did take the tier 2 tower, but it's still LC dead for 22 with the Dragonlance Shadow Fiend begins the siege. Obbing is helping out as well. His Lincoln Spear is close to completion. He will not get hit by the EMP. He's going to grab his tower most likely. Not sure if he can do anything to keep him. They have Golem. Crimson's in a position where he can drop it if need be. They're going to back up. Tier 3 will fall. Alright. They got a lot out of these last couple minutes. The Aegis still there. It's going to be gone soon, but with this Aegis, they've secured a couple of towers, a couple of kills. They really did everything they needed to do.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, tier 3, it's perfect. You know, you don't have time really to take a Rax or anything with it, but able to take that tier 3. I mean, shrines are now open. Well, map gets squished in here, and that definitely helps make you, like, less wary of this Legion Commander. You're less worried about it.
That's not a good item if you're Geek fam.
Oh, man. Double bad items. Aghanims on the Rappy Hannah, as well as the Lincoln Spear there onto a Bing. They do not have a good way to deal with that.
Geek fam are heading in the wrong direction, unfortunately for them. Meanwhile, Clutch Gamers will smoke themselves, and boy, are they're going all over the place. Maybe they want to push top and force some TPs back. Clutch Gamers not really in a position to defend right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they start sending a bear up there and just push into that tower. They circle. They clearly know that something is happening. They know where they are. They know that they're in this bottom area of the map. They've circled the bottom jungle. So the Aegis is gone too. Geek fam now can start fighting a bit more aggressively if they'd like. They'll stay together. The only hero that's apart is Teehee, and he could be in there pretty quick. His move speed and boots of travel, but it looks like they won't find anything on either side. So just trying to get that map control back.
Yeah, it looked like they were maybe hoping on Geek Fam's side that someone would TP back to deal with this wave earlier on. And potentially then they could try and find themselves a moment, but just 5-manning again here from CG. Don't want to be caught off in any sort of a pick out.
They're going to see Arnell now up in the high ground. They know that everyone's probably back with the squad as well. So, all right, man. We've hit 25-minute mark. Clutch Gamers, again, we talked about it. They've been very patient. They've been very methodical. They've down that. They've gone down that checklist, Trent, and they've checked a couple things off. As you mentioned, the last big thing was the shrine. So Geek Fam, they're trying to make these plays, these smokes, trying to get outside to use this golem and take a fight now that Aegis is gone. But it looks like Clutch Gamers are just going to play as 5 here.
Yeah, and you talk about the checklist, and that the last item on that is always Gem. Grab this up, close out the map, get rid of all their wards, deny Death Sama what he needs to get these big duel wins, and well, and have some additional vision by running into super annoying and super fast Satyr. Mr. Kobold Foreman, sorry. Oh, look at that bounty rune deny. You see that? He whipped that.
Where's the Kobold Foreman?
Right here. He's running around.
Oh,
he just whipped the bounty rune, dude.
Yes, it's not
like
the
he
Ogre
whipped
Frost
the shit
Mage.
out of it.
It's it's not the Ogre Frost Mage that we used to see.
I think this is better. Honestly.
I agree with you. The Kobold
I mean, this guy's the king of overthrow.
He's got the pimp cup. No, he's dead.
That was depressing.
That just like hung himself in the jungle. Jesus.
They got a Satyr now. This is the real guy.
Where is he?
This guy's pretty cool, dude.
I thought they already had the Satyr Banisher. I think they had 2 of them. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, they grabbed something else and suicided there, buddy.
I don't know where it is. Yeah, we'll worry about it later.
Oh, they only have 1 helm. What are you? You're high. There's only 1 helm here.
That was the Dire Kobold Foreman, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then a big gun.
I'm just trying to make sure.
Ah, good times.
Well, rest in peace, the Kobold Foreman will not be forgotten. And, well, for now, he's done a good job securing the map for Clutch Gamers. The rest of them will do the work. Maelstrom picked up for the Weaver, and it's all about split pushing, keeping these waves pushed in right now for Clutch Gamers, and an interesting choice, to be sure.
Their last ward as well in the mid lane for Geek Fam just expired. And that's it. You look at their vision. We in. Late game down. Hard to press out. That's what they're looking at. They need that one pick off to just try and get some semblance of control back. Just get one of these lanes pushed so someone has to deal with it. And then that gives you a chance to push the other lane and you get them unstable once again here from CG. But right now, extremely stable pushing. I mean, look what there's a Witch Doctor mid sitting here pushing the wave. Like, that's a good sign for your game plan. Right? Game's probably going pretty well if that's happening.
I mean, they're feeling very confident. And they're still playing together. They have a 50,000 net worth advantage. The only two heroes that are off on their own is a Bing and Honda. Both have great ways to get out of any bad situation. Not to mention they have the Aghanim Scepter Stampede. But finally, Geek Fam will venture further out across the map, past the river, and try to find something only to TP after they start pushing this wave out top lane. So yeah, let's go. It's tough for Geek Fam. It's very tough for them. The ping on the
110.
SF. Was that the SF? Any pings on by the rating team, I believe? I think so. But they're not going to go for him.
Either way, it's almost rush time. They can just throw the Satyr in there if they want. Hold down the fort.
Crimson purchases gem.
And again, this vision.
Stampede. Oh no, Death Summon not again. The cast bouncing through as well. T getting caught. He has the Ghost Walk. They have the gem still up. Death Summon trying to deny himself. Not so lucky. T is very fast. He will make it out just by virtue of having full Wex. Stop Crimson. No, the TP's not there in time. And he just bought the gem. He's down for 30 seconds. Abing will get himself a double kill. And now it is time to push your high ground here for Clutch Gamers.
Wow. Very nicely done. Again, it's just that superior vision. You know, kind of an unusual ward. Very unlikely to be de-warded. No one like tends to ward on the low ground, but that secures the vision for them. And great play by Hannah Rappy as well too. Just the way he like initiated on top of Legion, and then immediately he just ran to the Invoker. Start pressuring Teehee. Make him make a choice. Don't let him counter initiate on the rest of your whole team, and let everyone else just finish out that Legion.
I mean, he stomped I think he double edged as well, so it's not like he had any more abilities to use, but the Invoker gets caught in that position, especially with the Stampede up. And he's just like, what do I do here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They did a very good job. They'll take the melee racks down, it's back to Roche. I don't know, man. Geek Fam, they've just not found a solid fight since maybe, I don't know, the 13-minute mark or so.
Well, this is just another, you know, I guess kind of Legion Commander game style. I mean, this can happen with any offlaner, honestly, but it feels more painful when you're watching with Legion Commander, I guess, just because you're like wanting to do all these duels and stuff. Is going again?
Yeah, but I think Raji can make it away. They're missing a lot of their abilities here. They do want to get this bear, and boy, will they. Damn. They just slaughtered that
dude,
thing.
look at Crimson.
Poor Panda Bear. Crimson's just like, please stop. No. Let me TP, guys. Oh, he's going for it. It is not going to work. In reality, that's just kind of a waste of a TP at that point.
I mean, to be fair, if it wasn't for the bug, maybe. There was a chance.
Yeah, I guess you have to go for that type of play.
That was like there was an attempt.
Sometimes you just got to go for it. But anyway, Geek Fam continue to get further and further behind. Teehee is doing his damnedest to keep this game even. But it seems almost futile at this point. He's a 20k net worth advantage down. Clutch Gamers. I don't want to say it's over at this point, but it is damn sure not looking easy for Geek Fam. And they might lose Psionics here. Notice there's now good Savage Roar. The fear is there. So Abing can't finish off Psionics. He had to be a bit further away. Teehee is just pushing this top wave. He's like, I will do what I need to do to make sure that this top lane stays safe and secure.
Like the best and worst kind of Dota, you know? What you gotta do.
You gotta split push.
Yeah, split push, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of fun at the same time.
Let me tell you about split pushing, and while we've got a lull here in the game, I played a 108-minute Arc Warden game this evening, the first time I ever played Arc Warden. And boy, that's just,
I didn't even know that was, did you random?
I did, actually. I random, here's the story, and why I couldn't re-random. I random Tinker first, and I damn sure can't play that hero. I re-randomed into Arc Warden, and apparently I played it well enough that we could win. Obviously, I had a lot of help. Dakota had some, Kaldokai had some disgusting hooks. But,
oh yeah.
Sorry, I had to get that out of the way. I know it wasn't really relevant to that.
No, that's good. I had no idea you could actually still play that hero. I thought he was just removed from the game. I just never see him.
Somebody in that game said, "What are you talking?" I was like, I would be having a lot more fun if Arc Warden was a good hero. And he's like, "What are you talking about? Arc Warden's got the highest win rate in Dota right now." I'm like, "You are high." That is not true. He actually is the second lowest. So.
Well, the lull ended. We're here.
Yeah,
we're
here. The
Go
smoke was
Teehee.
unsuccessful for Clutch Gamers, but instead they will go straight to work on the tier 3 tower. Presence of the Dark Lord helping out in terms of being able to auto-attack Despair and the rest of the crew down. No other real armor reduction coming out. They don't have Desolator on the Weaver. He's building BKD next. Tier 3 will fall. Armel has enough damage to just obliterate a lot of these units. And it will be the bear falling again. So now he has to resummon. Their bear dies one more time. It's gone. Not that they needed Psionics. It's all right click on his actual hero. They do some nice damage to Armel, but also the melee racks will take some hits as it does get sieged down by Armel.
This Octarine is pretty important, though. Teehee can just get more levels stacked up.
Oh, he's going to get point down. He just purchased his good swap out. Still in trouble. Oh, maybe not. He's done. Wow, that didn't work out the way they wanted it to. That was... I thought they were going to swap the Invoker back. And boy, that's probably the end of the game, I think.
Not quite.
That is unfortunate. Octarine's pretty important. Dead. That's unfortunate.
Nicely played by CG, man. Great draft.
Yeah. I'm constantly surprised with these guys, honestly.
Yeah, they're definitely a good squad. Both these teams, obviously, new brands, new names, and